I think it must be with my wife, and I'm glad to be able to say that. My wife and I have had conversations about how we want to treat each other. And, you know, I think a lot of couples don't do that. I think they just assume that you can automatically know what the other person wants, what the other person needs, who the other person is. So my wife and I have actually a series of conversations, ongoing conversations about who we are and what we need from each other, what we need to be, what we need to give. You know, it's kind of like the worst thing you can do in some ways, particularly with your partner, is to know them. You know, I want to have a relationship with my wife where I don't know her. Every day, you know, there's a surprise, there's something new. And that's why we have to keep having those conversations, because we have to keep discovering who we are. I think it's hard for me personally to do anything without collaborating. Now that doesn't mean that I'm always working all the time with one or more other people. But it does mean that other people stimulate me, they challenge me, they correct me, they sometimes applaud me, they sometimes boo me as well. But these things are really important because they give you an opportunity to really be the best you can be. So yeah, collaboration, I think without collaboration, it would be very hard to do anything. You know, I think about failure as one of the essential learning tools of life. And babies learn how to walk because they fall down. And people learn how to ride bicycles because they fall down. You know, every failure is an opportunity really to move forward. And it took me a long time to learn that. I used to be very afraid of failure. I used to reject failure. And now, actually, I find I welcome failure because it really is the way to grow. You know, the question is, how's my ability to create networks affected me and other people? I'm not sure about my own ability to create networks. My experience is that it's such an organic thing that it's almost as though the network creates you or creates me. I find actually sometimes when I go out deliberately to try to create a network, it's quite a different thing. But if I'm in a group of people and we find common threads of our lives, and then we can weave those threads together, that's really exciting. That's really, like failure, it's a growth opportunity. You know, you grow through failure, yes, I grow through failure. I definitely grow when my thread finds another thread and suddenly they start twisting together. That's growth. You know, we're physical creatures. And because we're physical creatures, we're constantly operating in space. Some of the spaces we operate in are negative. They're frightening, they're scary, they constrain us. And some of the places that we operate in, we don't even see, you know, we're blinded by them. And then every once in a while you come upon a space which has a piece of magic in it in some way. I think a lot of people think of their homes in that way. A lot of people might think of their parents' homes in that way. When you find a place which energizes you, which allows you to be creative, which allows you to be calm, which allows you to think, which allows you to talk, which allows you to be silent, that's a blessing. That's something that really, really makes a difference. Whether you're alone or whether you're with other people, the environment that you're in means everything. Means everything. Okay.